Afternoon, everyone. So today we are going to focus on students being able to explain why the lesson or skill is important to learn and that they're able to make connections to their learning and to their lives. This is something that we as educators really have to set up in the classroom, as it is difficult for students right off the gate to make those goals themselves. When we think of a student that knows the why of learning, we think of a student that is intrinsically motivated and purposeful in their understanding of the importance of school. So we want our students to develop this for themselves, figuring out why it's important to continue this experience of lifelong learning. When I think of helping students become intrinsically motivated about the why of learning, my first thought is about creating an authentic why goal. An authentic why goal to me is based off an essential question, which I will help you to find on the textbook to get you started. It's something that cannot be answered in a single lesson. Typically, it takes me about a week, and it is written as a question for students. Here's a screenshot of the tech book. As you can see, there's a chapter essential question listed at the top in the red banner. However, the chapter essential questions tend to be extremely broad and definitely not something that you could cover within a couple of lessons. So I like to focus on the essential questions that come per section in each chapter. Here's the Engage tab from one of the sections within a much broader chapter. As you can see, it has the essential question listed at the bottom, and it is in fact a question. So my why goal for students, I would look at something like this and realize that we don't really focus on the politics or the cultures of African empires, but we focus on their growth. So my goal would be something along the lines of, how does trade influence the growth of African empires? In order to measure the effectiveness of your why goal and if students are understanding the big major concepts of your modified essential question, is you could use it for bell work or an exit ticket. You could use it as a test question. My favorite preference is setting it up like a writing prompt, noting particular things that you've hit on in class that you would like students to answer in their writing prompt. This helps prepare them for ISTEP. This is something that I've been working with students on throughout the entire year, is having them develop the why goal. Why is this important? I'm going to share with you via Google Drive the steps that I've gone through in helping students create their own why essential questions. We call them summary questions within my class, which helps them develop this skill. This is a little lesson activity that I took from Jordan Sloan, and I think it's really effective in helping students with that why. So Jordan would give students the content of the topic, and then they would write down on Post-it notes why they thought that it was relevant to their day-to-day lives. He would then put the Post-it notes up to his why goal, and students could see how other students saw the content as relevant. Particularly in world history, when you're looking at a subject that is a couple hundred years removed and halfway around the world, I like to introduce students to cause, event, effect sheets. I will help the students by filling in important details so they're not absolutely completely lost when it comes to this topic. By using a cause, event, effect sheet, you can show students that the little tidbits of information that they're learning along the way lead to much bigger consequences, even bringing it up to modern day and making it more relevant for them. I also think timelines are really good for this purpose as well. Students can see how events from the past lead up to modern day scenarios and the things that they are currently facing in their lives. We're a global society, and oftentimes students struggle with seeing that. A timeline including multiple events could help students achieve this goal. Another really great resource I like to use for students is Newsela. Newsela contains articles on thousands of different topics, and it sets it up so that you can review the students' understanding of deep essential questions and content. It's a really great resource in order to find things that make the content more relevant to the student. Finally, I think it's really important to continue students learning about current events and how they connect to past information. I've been doing this a lot in my class using different resources that are available online that ask questions to the student of how is this current event related to past information that they already know. You all, I'm sure, are aware of CNN Student News as another great resource for current events. I will be sharing with you guys some Google Docs that I referenced as using as resources in this video. I wanted to let you know that I created this video using Animoto. It is a trial version, as you can see by the banners. However, it's got a lot of great options for creating little videos and uploading images like I've done for this. So if you guys have any questions, shoot me an email. Have a good week.